Dr. Parul Tank, today's. So we began with some true or false game that we played, and some recitation of dohas from the audience. And now we are, okay. Please take a seat because we can. It's a long session. I'm sorry I didn't tell you, but अपने phone बंद कर देंगे. We were just introducing ourselves to the various groups of drugs, especially used in depression and anxiety. And you could check your mic here.
Hello. Yeah.
आप थोड़ा सा इनका वॉल्यूम अगर बढ़ा सकें. She's on the phone also. I have to tell her थोड़ा वॉल्यूम बढ़ाएंगे.
नहीं मैं जोर से बात करती हूँ. Don't worry, sir.
Okay. So as you know, we are doing an interview lecture, and all these are allopathic family physicians, and you can see that they are all older than you, and
sir doesn't know how old I am.
And therefore, of course, they are very experienced, and some of them are very, very good, and all of them are good, but. So we will be discussing, I am going disorder wise. So first I will be discussing anxiety, then depression, then etc., etc. And after each topic, we will take question answers from the audience. Often what happens is, it's a psychiatry subject, so somnolence is very common, and this is what I use. कि neurotic वो है जो हवा में महल बनाना कबूल करता है. साइकोटिक वो है जो महलों में रहने की भूल करता है. और साइकियाट्रिस्ट वो है जो दोनों से भाड़ा वसूल करता है. Okay. So anxiety. First of all, when is anxiety called a disorder, both managing with non-pharmacologic or pharmacology therapy?
So I think anxiety, we've all faced anxiety at some point in our lives. ऐसा I think कोई नहीं है जिसको कभी घबराहट नहीं हुई है. I think I have my first incident जब मैंने हिस्ट्री के लिए पढ़ाई करी और ज्योग्राफी पेपर आ गया. तो anxiety we've all faced in our life. I think when it becomes a disorder is तो थोड़ा ना साइंटिफिक हो गया है साइकेट्री. ऐसे अभी सोशल से हम लोग मेडिकल हो गए. तो there are certain criteria. एक है कि दैट एंजाइटी जो घबराहट की स्टेट होती है, इट हैज टू बी परसिस्टेंट फॉर एटलीस्ट 1 month. एक महीना होना ही है. तो अगर कोई आए और बोले कि मुझे 4-5 दिन से बहुत घबराहट हो रही है, सो दैट इज एन एंजाइटी स्टेट. इट इज नॉट कॉल्ड अ डिसऑर्डर. सो आई थिंक 1 month ऑफ बोलते हैं ना दैट वेग अनप्लेजेंट फीलिंग, उसको घबराहट ही बोलते हैं. आई डोंट हैव एन इंग्लिश वर्ड फॉर घबराहट, टू बी वेरी ऑनेस्ट, द वे इट इज डिस्क्राइब्ड इन हिंदी. So in English they say this vague, unpleasant, somatic sensations felt all over the body is घबराहट. So if it is present for at least 1 month, we call it an anxiety disorder. It should be persistently present. तो ये नहीं कि सिर्फ सांस को देख के घबराहट होती है पर ऑफिस में घबराहट नहीं होती है. So then it is an anxiety disorder.
Okay. And within anxiety disorders, we have several disorders.
Yes.
So first of all, can you define what is generalized anxiety disorder?
So,
GAD.
GAD जो बोलते हैं, that is just feeling unpleasant, that sense of घबराहट throughout the day without a trigger. So I have people, I'm sure all of you to see so many patients a day, they say कि TV देख के ऐसे ही बैठे और घबराहट शुरू हो गई. I was sitting on the dining table, we were having fun, and suddenly I felt anxious. So it is without a trigger, without a so-called conscious cause. So that is called a generalized anxiety disorder.
That also would require a 2-week duration?
At least. So I put it as 1 month duration. Let's not put it as 2 weeks. At least 1 month it should be there to be called a disorder. Therefore it is a state. And we've all had this. So children have it before exams. we may have it before a big event.
So let us first discuss generalized anxiety disorder. How do you manage, or how does, because this will come to family physicians more often than
Always,
to you.
always.
Are they qualified to treat?
I would say yes. Please start treating it, and it can be treated very easily. So there are little severity, thoda mild, moderate, severe hota hai. It's a little gradation. Severe will be with panic attack. So panic is little nothing but more anxiety. So panic attack means the heart beating very fast, mouth going dry, you feeling like fainting, dizziness, or wanting to go to the bathroom. That is like a panic attack. Anxiety means just the body feels very anxious all the time. So when it comes with a panic attack, I would say it needs to be treated with medication. However, if there are no panic attacks, if it is just a mild anxiety disorder, then we can do a little bit of counseling or therapy. And should I just go on to the therapy and counseling? So in that now, सब लोग बहुत advise करते हैं कि meditation करेंगे, because this is of course our age-old technique. I'm not against it. Please do it. However, in generalized anxiety disorder and panic attack, it has been proven that meditation increases it. To be honest, meditation does not help you to reduce that anxiety. So their whole family has finished telling them, नहीं आधा घंटा तो meditation करोगे, yoga teacher को बुला लेंगे. But that deep state of relaxation actually does not improve anxiety disorder. It worsens it because you're told to look inside. You're said ना अंदर देखो, अपने अंदर की आत्मा को देखो, try to relax yourself. But that relaxation doesn't come because this is like a anxiety disorder. In fact, they feel worse. So they said कि देखो इतना भी नहीं कर पाते हम लोग. So generally, if it is moderate to severe, I would advise please give some form of anxiolytic rather than, but if it is a mild form, just simple counseling. So I often tell them, go for a walk. Walk, you are stimulating all your 5 senses, you are improving your natural serotonin levels. Go for a walk, go for a run तो even better, but वो run अपना Indian standard में होता नहीं है, but even a walk is good enough. Yoga without meditation. Yoga is very good, but without that deep meditation. I'm not against relaxation, but क्या हो जाता है ना, there is no difference between relaxation and meditation. Very soon that relaxation turns into a little form of spiritual meditation.
So in that, the introspective thinking might harm more than benefit.
Yes.
Okay. You said moderate to severe anxiety, we can start pharmacotherapy.
Yes.
Anxiolytics, you said.
Yes.
So now teach us long-term anxiolytic therapy and short-term anxiolytic therapy.
I think Dr. Tushar Shah has already stolen my thunder. Half question तो answer ही कर दिया इन्होंने. Short term होता है, long term होता है. Short term anxiety is there. What you do is, I think all of us know, short term benzodiazepines can be used. So alprazolam was the first choice of treatment. It's not bad. I would say if you can, and if you, I'm sure all of you know your patients better than what we know. I always say the GP is like the family member. So you know इसमें addiction potential है कि नहीं है. If the patient doesn't have like an addictive personality, start alprazolam. Nowadays it's been fancy to start clonazepam, so you can start clonazepam. इससे भी ज़्यादा fancy आ गया, it is called etizolam. So etizolam is very good for young people who don't, you know, everybody is so afraid ना, नहीं ज़्यादा नींद नहीं आना है, we don't want to feel drowsy. So especially students. So etizolam, clonazepam are short-term benzodiazepines. So they work better in terms of, just that 2 to 4 hours of anxiety. However, if you want someone having little more sleep, then alprazolam or lorazepam can be used. In earlier days, I'm sure my senior GPs will tell me that Librium was the treatment of choice. My father-in-law, he was a gynecologist. सबको लिब्रियम देते थे, and I would be like, why are you giving? He said, नहीं हम लोग को वही सिखाया गया है. So Librium was a treatment of choice, only thing is it's a little heavy, I feel. So it's better to give clonazepam, etiozolam or even alprazolam.
So just to summarize what she says, we have clonazepam, etiozolam, alprazolam and lorazepam, that is the benzodiazepine, as 4 choices for acute relief of anxiety for short-term use. So what is the maximum duration for which we should use them, if at all? 2 weeks?
Yes, 2 weeks. 2 weeks should be a good, 1 to 2 weeks we should tell them. We should also tell them उसके बाद use करेंगे आपका addiction थोड़ा बढ़ सकता है. Then what happens? The mind becomes very used to it. It becomes really used to taking it. You feel better. You don't want to let go. So it is better to kind of tell them after 1 to 2 weeks we will phase it out. नहीं तो that 2 weeks turns to 2 months, which turns to 2 years very easily. Sorry? What will happen? Nothing. But what I've seen in at least 20% is, yeah, they don't take 1 then. From 1 they take 2, 2 to 4, 4 to 6 is very easy. Then nothing. To be very honest, now sir is saying I'm a young practitioner. मैं young सिर्फ दिखती हूँ. I'm not young, but when I was young, I would go according to books and say नहीं addiction बहुत हो सकता है. You know, you must stop it at 2 weeks. You must stop it at 2 months. But I agree with you. If you continue after 2 years and if it's only 1 tablet, say it's a 70-year-old woman who's taking it. So I would rather improve her quality of life. I will do common sense medicine than do theory medicine. If it is only 1 tablet, let it go. But I think every time an education must be done. कि आप 1 का 2 नहीं करेंगे और 2 का 4 तो बिल्कुल भी नहीं करेंगे. Oxazepam, it has come up very recently, sir. So it is the treatment of choice in UK according to the NICE guidelines. It is still not the usage of choice in our country, but definitely if it is freely available, it can be used. It is as good or as bad as clonazepam. It is the shortest acting.
Benzodiazepine is probably the shortest acting.
So clonazepam and etiozolam act for 4 to 6 hours. In fact, they'll all come and tell you ये तो 4 ही घंटा काम करता है. उसके बाद I'm back to feeling anxious. And oxazepam is known to act little less, means 2 to 3 hours, like in that range also. I would prefer lorazepam because lorazepam also helps in sleep. It is safer for the liver, so it bypasses liver metabolism and goes directly to the kidney. So if I was to choose, I would choose 1 milligram of a lorazepam.
One thing that I like teaching is dose equivalence. For example, if you say alprazolam you can give say 0.5 twice a day, 1 milligram per day. So what is the clonazepam 1 milligram equivalent of alprazolam? You know what I mean?
Yeah. So there is a chart. There's a benzodiazepine chart which is very easily available. But say a 0.5 alprazolam will be equivalent to say a 1 milligram of clonazepam.
Okay.
So it's a little, because clonazepam is milder than alprazolam. However, I start with 0.25. I'm a cautious practitioner, so I would say let's not start high, क्योंकि वो high से low करना बहुत मुश्किल होता है. Let's start with a 0.25. Also, I find our Indian metabolism little, we are smaller people. Yeah, so a 0.25 is always easier to control because 0.5 and 1 goes out of hand very quickly.
So you would give, say in an acute anxiety episode, you give 0.25 OD, BD?
I would give 0.25 BD, but I would be very cautious and tell them if you need it OD, please take only OD.
They can modify, okay.
Yes.
Right.
Also, I will write only for 1 week. I think our the chemists have become smarter now, so they don't give you.
Correct.
So if I have a young, I'll be honest, so I have a young girl who is going to a hostel. मैं तो 1 ही हफ्ता दूंगी, because वो अपनी friend को भी देगी. तो I know कि dynamics क्या है, so I will see to it that she takes only for 1 week.
What is the equivalent of etizolam? Because sometimes we give dispense.
So etizolam and clonazepam are in the same range. So 0.25 of clonazepam is 0.25 of etizolam.
You are saying that etizolam is available as a dispensed medicine? Is it? Yeah. Wow.
Oh.
Okay.
Or clonazepam. I will. In a panic attack. Clonazepam is the first. So what I tell them, you take it 1 day before. No, first
I'm
you
coming
take
to
it
those
to know
specific questions.
whether it works or no. So now there is no theory to say what works for one doesn't work for the other. I'm sure you all have that even in antibiotics. So similarly, clonazepam for one may not work for the other. So if they say कि हाँ थोड़ा काम किया but it is not that much, I will make it 0.5. If they say this is rubbish, in fact my anxiety increased, that means clonazepam didn't work. So then I would change it, say, to a lorazepam, say an Ativan for 1 milligram.
Correct.
So that they sleep to the MRI.
We will take questions in a few minutes. So I'll just finish my thing, then you'll know what is pending. Okay, so that is about general anxiety disorder, including there is something different called panic disorder. Is that different from GAD?
So panic disorder is if anxiety is 50 on 100, panic will be 80 on 100. It is on that same range. It is just it's matter of semantics, I would say. थोड़ा words में फर्क है. But when you say panic disorder, it means baseline anxiety तो चल ही रहा है. उसके ऊपर I get 4 to 6 panic attacks per month. So I'll get at least 1 panic attack a week.
Which you said with palpitations.
हाँ, वो जो imagine घबराहट to the times of 4 is called panic attack.
Correct. So you are in panic attack also you would continue to give the same drugs like alprazolam?
We would give the same drugs, maybe a little higher dose. Some people like to give propranolol to reduce the panic attack. It can be given. अभी तो बहुत combinations भी आ गए. But of course we have to see contraindications for propranolol and then give it.
Okay. We spoke about the acute treatment. Then the long-term treatment of anxiety disorder.
So I would say long-term ऐसा suppose he comes and says 2 साल से चल रहा है. And of course they have finished going to the GI. I had one yesterday. वो GI भी हो गया, skin भी हो गया क्योंकि फिर somatic complaint आ गए. And then they finished the neurologist also, dizziness भी हो गया. So I would say in such a case, just a simple SSRI can be added. So even if you add a escitalopram or a sertraline, if you all start with that, start with a 25 milligram of sertraline or a 5 milligram of Nexito or escitalopram. That even if you just start with that, in more than 40 to 50%, it works just in the first line of treatment. So it's worthwhile starting either 25 milligrams. Again, I'm starting at low doses. People start at, so the US guidelines don't have 25. ये सिर्फ अपना Indian है. Normally they start with 50 to 100. But as I said, we are smaller people. So 25 milligrams of sertraline or 5 milligrams of escitalopram.
We will be discussing
one tablet.
SSRIs, yeah.
Yes.
We will be discussing SSRIs.
We will be.
So hold your questions on SSRIs. So when you start this, then you up titrate if necessary?
We up titrate. I'm looking from general physicians. Let's just start that much. Call them after 2 weeks. They will come anyway after a couple of weeks. Most of them feel better because that generalized anxiety जो background में था, that kind of abates.
2 weeks might be a good time to feel better?
Yes, yeah. 2 weeks is a good time to start looking at side effects also and also the beginning of feeling better.
Correct. And usual duration of therapy for GAD?
Generally 4 to 6 months. Okay. So people think it is lifelong. I would say alprazolam is lifelong. Escitalopram and sertraline, 4 to 6 months one should give it a shot. Many people feel better after 1 month, But I tell them कि फिर से नहीं आना चाहिए. So for prevention strategies, let's give it for 4 to 6 months.
So what you are saying is in the treatment of depression has a longer duration of therapy.
Anxiety also. Yes, if you start an SSRI, preferably 4 to 6 months.
4 to 6 months. Okay. Okay. So that is, we'll discuss SSRIs again in a little bit of detail. Here just one medical area. Somebody was asking about acute anxiety attacks before some situations. So as you know, tetany often occurs after hyperventilation, and I'm sure you know this, but I'm just repeating this. The mechanism of tetany is a person hyperventilates, say before an exam or with a fight with a friend, and after that hyperventilation causes hypocapnia, decreased carbon dioxide in blood. The hypocapnia causes respiratory alkalosis, and respiratory alkalosis causes hypocapnia. Hypocapnia causes alkalosis in the blood, causing reduced ionic calcium in the blood. That ionic calcium reduction causes carpopedal spasm or tetany, as we call it. And the simple reversal of that, often what we have seen in our hospital practice also is, when the patient comes to the casualty, often the casualty medical officer will give intravenous diazepam or intravenous calcium, etc. All we have to do is rebreathing through a paper bag or a plastic bag, and that is something that you must do in your clinic. As when a patient comes with severe anxiety, restlessness, perioral paresthesias, tetany, just use a mouth and nose paper bag, ask them to breathe into that. They will find it difficult to breathe into that because they are very anxious, they will feel claustrophobic, but persist with that. Try not to give intravenous drugs like Phenargan, some people give calcium, and they will usually settle down very well. In these situations, would you also use alprazolam like drugs?
Yes.
You would use.
Yes.
So you can use alprazolam orally rather than giving anything intravenous to such patients.
Clonazepam has mouth dissolving. So that is the one benefit of it. So it can be given. So it says it acts within 9 to 10 minutes. So hopefully that, as compared to say an alprazolam.
Some brands, as you will know, Lonazepam D, etc., are mouth dissolving tablets available of clonazepam. Okay. Tell us about the definition of OCD.
Okay. So OCD is something I saw a lot, Dr. Tushar Shah, during COVID times. The full form, as we all know, is obsessive compulsive disorder. It is two parts. One is obsessions, that is repetitive, unwarranted thoughts, which the patient knows is unwarranted. They know that it is irrational, but they can't control it, and therefore they try to do some kind of behavior, or they have another thought process to control the obsession. That behavior or the way to control the obsession is called compulsion. So it has two parts. One is an obsessive part and the other is an compulsive part. I think we've all gone through the old time where they would do repetitive washing, checking, counting, WhatsApp. Nowadays I see a little different form. I see just obsessive thoughts. They're like, वो एक विचार अगर दिमाग में अटक गया तो अटक गया, and they will go on thinking about it. So I'm sure during COVID it was मेरे को COVID हो गया है, या COVID के बजाय अभी तो है कि मेरे को कैंसर हो गया है, मेरे को ये वाला प्रॉब्लम हो गया, and they will go on talking about it. So I'm sure you all must be seeing it, that if they sit in front of you, every time they come with that same complaint, and they are constantly ruminating, constantly obsessing. You have finished explaining to them कि ये है नहीं है कुछ भी, then they will ask you more questions. Then in the end you feel नहीं समझ में आया होगा इसको, then you will again answer. They will then ask you घुमा के something else and come back to it. Am I right? I can see a lot of people nodding. This is nothing but OCD. So this is, I'm finding a new form where they come to the doctor with their complaints, but actually they are not satisfied. So they will go on obsessing, and then जो relative आता है बोलता है बाप रे घर पे भी वही बोलता रहता है. He is constantly talking on that one theme. It can be any theme. It could be an illness theme, it could be a finance theme. I'm just giving an example. And their compulsion is seeking satisfaction by talking to you. And you realize, but satisfaction तो मिलने नहीं वाला है because this is OCD.
Just like hand washing does not satisfy.
Yeah,
It
so they
keeps on
can
happening.
talk for hours and you get frustrated and you realize कि there is no end. इसका समाप्त नहीं है. So OCD is an illness, whereas जिसका end ही नहीं है. Yes, yes, well done. It can be misinterpreted as anything.
We will not go into question statement. So OCD, when you said happens, is OCD defined by duration also?
So again, it is said to be 1 month, but I would say you need to take it more than a month. So generally, it is 3 to 6 months of it.
Okay.
So अब COVID में people were cleaning their hands, then cleaning what that person got from big basket, ये वो. Now that is that became a little hyper anxiety, but I would not put it only as
Label
OCD.
it.
Yeah.
Okay, and is OCD more difficult to treat than say GAD?
You'll be surprised it is easier to treat.
Okay.
Because OCD today in science has been defined as a biological disorder. So you do as much walking as you want, as much meditation as you want, OCD नहीं जाता है. It only goes with an SSRI. Its success rate is 80% as compared to say a lot of other illnesses. So giving there are 5 SSRIs in the market. मैं बोलती हूँ कि psychiatry में 5 बीमारी और 5 दवाएं हैं. So we can talk on any 5 illnesses and 5 this. So there are 5 SSRIs in the market. You start with the first line of treatment, which is fluoxetine, which is Prozac. It was the oldest, I think, antidepressant discovered. 20 milligrams से शुरू करने का. हमारे तो इंडियन पेशेंट है, सब डर डर के दवाइयाँ खाते हैं, तो there is a 10 milligram also in the market. It is given to children, so I tell them बच्चों वाला डोज आप चालू करो. So you start with just 20 milligrams of Prozac, you will be amazed at the difference within 2 weeks. Means they even come back very thankful, their relatives, wives, spouses are even more thankful कि बाप रे बंद किया इसने, वो एक टॉपिक पे बोल रहा.
क्या बात है. Okay, I'll just go back to SSRIs soon. Let us talk about now situational anxiety. You just told us that suppose before catching a flight, somebody is very anxious, you would give say clonazepam, lorazepam. What would you give? First choice.
First choice I would give is clonazepam.
Okay.
Because I don't want him to sleep at security. So he has to take something that is alert enough to go into the flight.
Correct. And how many hours before
Say around 1 or 2 hours before.
2 hours before the flight.
I also tell them you try it 1 day before. Suppose if it has not worked, then I write a backup also.
Correct. Okay.
So the backup, then you can give an alprazolam or you can give a lorazepam. So depending on the client, I ask 2 questions. I ask them, how severe is it? Means panic attack style wala hai. And second question is, what do you want? Do you want to relax? Do you want to sleep? So I have 2 categories. One say कि नहीं alert रहना है, but I want to relax. I don't want to keep jumping in the flight. तो उनके लिए clonazepam. The other categories they are like doctor knock me out. मेरे को सीधे मॉडलिंग में उठना है मैंने कहा then you take a lorazepam.
Correct. Stage fear, going on stage before a performance.
Yes.
What would you give?
So I'll give a combination of clonazepam with a propranolol. Because एक तो माइक नहीं हिलना चाहिए, अगर आप म्यूजिशियन है तो आवाज नहीं हिलनी चाहिए. So for that you need a little combination. Again I tell them let's try it a day before. We have to do the trial a little before, because if it doesn't work then they come with a lot of expectation. I would say the same goes even for adolescents who have severe exam anxiety. Then I normally start with something like a half clonazepam. I just want to cut the edge of anxiety. I don't want them to feel too relaxed where you're feeling that mild drowsiness.
Correct.
Brandy? वो हम अनऑफिशियली बात करेंगे।
क्या बोले?
ब्रांडी
नहीं, ब्रांडी नहीं, ब्रांड नेम बोला। जब ब्रांडी बोला, ब्रांड नेम बोला।
ब्रांड नेम एंड ब्रांडी।
He's asking what brand name of a combination of clonazepam.
There is one called Petril Beta.
Petril Beta. 0.25 clonazepam, 10 mg, I think.
Yes. There is another called Etizolam Pro. For somebody who was saying na Etizolam Pro, even that works very well for youngsters. Now, please don't ask me theory why it works well for youngsters. Oh, I don't know. Etizolam Pro. Etizola Pro. So it is combination of propranolol and etizolam.
Correct.
It's 10 milligram. So we don't want 22. Although I see a lot of people giving 20 to 40, that will cause your hypotension and low pulse rate.
Okay.
Sorry? No, we don't give it. Yes, so obviously we will contraindicate it in. Etizolam Pro.
That is the brand.
That's the Pro. Etizola Pro. It is called.
Before the performance.
Before
2 hours or 1 hour before the performance.
Sorry, madam. Yes, Ciplar LA and all they are
No, but
giving.
I think what she is talking about is short acting.
Short acting. This is better. Short acting चाहिए.
Okay. We spoke about OCD, a little bit about PTSD.
Okay. So PTSD, the full form is post-traumatic stress disorder. It has become very popular now, obviously because of COVID. And what it generally says is that it is anxiety symptoms, but it should be after a trauma. There should be a trauma, so there has to be a trigger. Unlike a generalized anxiety disorder which can come kahin bhi, kabhi bhi, a PTSD, you have to have a trauma or a trigger. And I think we are all seeing it in today's world. I think they're coming out now after the deaths, after severe illnesses of COVID that has come through. So the symptoms apart from generalized anxiety is, one is hyperarousability. Means थोड़ा ऐसा भी हुआ, they get very, ऐसे बोलते हैं हम चौक जाते हैं, we get very hyper. They hear news of somebody else, किसका तो neighbor का चाचा मर गया, they start getting very hyper. So hyperarousability. Second is avoidance. So they will avoid a hospital setup, they will avoid going to a relative जहाँ पे भी उनको लगे trigger हो सकता है. So they avoid all that. And third is nightmares. It is like a triangle. एक तो उनको panic attack, anxiety वो तो है ही, but they will have a hyperarousability, avoidance and nightmares. 3 things are like a triangle. The minute that happens, we realize this is PTSD. And this will not just go like that.
Is there a lag between the event and the PTSD?
Yes. So just from theory point of view, बोलते हैं कि if it is only 1 month, it is not called PTSD because that much time you take to kind of process grief, isn't it? तो उसको हम लोग acute stress reaction बोलते हैं. 1 to 6 months अगर ये वाले symptoms हैं, then it is called PTSD. So up to 1 month, so if somebody comes to us with a grief, obviously we can't call this PTSD because up to a month it is normal to feel this way in humans.
Like death, bereavement,
death, trauma, accidents, witnessing something which was horrifying. So even witnessing a death, like it may not just be, a lot of, I think during COVID times, a lot of people saw their loved ones at home kind of gasping. So that caused a lot of trauma.
So those symptoms can last several months. Is there a natural history? Does it go away?
So in 20 to 30% it does go away over time. But in the remaining, to be honest, it doesn't go away. तो क्या होता है? It feels like it has gone away. Then after 2 years, some trigger happens. So you can have, I'm just giving an example, say somebody who has had death of a loved one many years ago, didn't get processed. And now in COVID, another death, and suddenly the PTSD symptoms are back. And when you ask them, have you had this before? They're like, actually, doc, we've had this before. When I was only 14 years old, suddenly my father passed away. There was nobody in the house. I had to take over literally as being the woman of the house. So those symptoms मेरे को फिर से आ जा रहे हैं. So that can come back if it is not treated properly. And of course in those days nothing was treated properly.
Before we go to the pharmacotherapy of PTSD, you are an expert on EMDR. So tell us what is EMDR, we are not aware.
Okay. So PTSD, as you all can all realize, that this is little different from anxiety disorders. Just giving medication will not let the trauma go away. I tell people कि दवाई से वो जो सदमा हुआ है, that's not going to get wiped out. They want it to get wiped out. It can't get wiped out. You can't. तो पहले जमाने में hypnosis and all that they would do, that was all very temporary. Nowadays they've come up with a new form of treatment. It just sounds funny, but it is not. It's called EMDR, which is eye movement desensitization and reprocessing. It is done by experts. What they do is there are few sessions, so about maximum say 8 sessions, 8 to 10 sessions. अगर उससे ज़्यादा ठीक नहीं हुआ तो नहीं होने वाला है. The person goes to the psychologist and they are generally 45-minute sessions where there is this therapy which is practiced to help you to process the trauma. We say कि incomplete processing हुआ है ना, जो सदमा हुआ है वो जैसे resolve नहीं हुआ दिमाग में, उसका closure नहीं हुआ है. So it keeps coming back. To help you to close it, we do EMDR. Because it's associated with lot of guilt. It can be associated with some form of incompleteness. मैंने ये बोला नहीं, उसके पहले ही वो चले गए, you know. So those feelings don't go with medication.
So what is the meaning of the term eye movement?
So what is done is that, just I'm explaining it in very brief, that we make the person not relive the trauma, but talk about the aspects of the trauma which they thought was most incomplete. कि जब मैं वो हम लोग बोलते हैं ना कोडाक मोमेंट, जब हमको याद आता है तो वही सीन जैसे याद आता है. So we help them to bring up that scene in a very safe surrounding, because if you bring it up again you're reliving the trauma. And then we do bilateral stimulation. So eye movement, we say that when you move your eyes on both sides, actually you're stimulating your brain on both sides. So we help them to bilaterally stimulate the brain to reprocess it. It looks very funny, Dr. Shah. It looks really weird, but it really works.
Wow.
Plus उसमें side effect नहीं है. मैं तो ये भी बोलती हूँ. Also it is time limiting. It is 8 to 10 sessions. आपको नहीं फायदा लगे मत करो. So I think it has a lot of benefits in that way, and it is a newer therapy. I feel it's more scientific therapy rather than just talking with the client. बातचीत से क्या होता है आपका that closure doesn't come. So this helps you to close.
EMDR is used for PTSD or many other things?
So it is used for many other things, but it works the best in PTSD. It is like that. Huh? So yes, you can, but you need to have a trigger. So like you need to have a trauma ना, अगर आप EMDR कर रहे हो तो आपको you have to have an incident. So you can't say कि नहीं मेरे को तो ऐसे ही panic attacks आते रहते हैं. But then what is the incident? How do you get that event? So you need to have. Yes. So it comes under anxiety disorder.
So Dr. Parul is an expert on EMDR, which is why I brought this up.
I'm a trainer. So I train a lot of the psychologists. That please learn. One is movement of the eyes. It can be bilateral stimulation as well. So eye movements work. There are very nice short videos online where you bring up the trauma in your mind. तो ये भी नहीं कि आप पूरा ऐसा rehearse करके पूरा बोल रहे हो. You bring it up whatever you are comfortable with, and then you move your eyes, imagining that trauma. What happens is the brain starts, resolving it. जो unresolved part था ना, it starts getting some form of closure. Venting out, but with a method. Yes, very well said. क्योंकि उसमें methodology होती है. Just venting out में closure नहीं मिलता है. Yes.
Talk about.
Sorry.
Hypnosis.
But hypnosis takes you to the past. This is present. So the way it is done is, we tell them, you are sitting here and thinking of the past, you will not go to the past. You are in the present. So it is a more modified form, but we don't make them go to the past. You can ask. So if you do mental health, and if you have like a degree in mental health, definitely. So the president of the organization, they kind of screen and they can definitely see. So yes, next time it is come, I'll send it to you, so you can send it to the group. Abhi next month mein training hai.
Okay. A little bit about phobias.
Yes.
Agoraphobia. Can you define it for us, and how do we manage?
So phobia per se means it's a fear of an unwanted threat. The threat is actually not a real threat. It is mostly an imagined threat. So you can have various types of phobias, but the most common one is agoraphobia, means fear of closed places. And the most fear in that is कि मैं ये closed जगह में मेरे को heart attack हो जाएगा and I won't be able to get out. That is the fear. कि if something happens to me, I will not get the exit. So that is the main thing in an agoraphobia. Clonazepam, one treatment. Sorry, sir. One is medication. Second is therapy and counseling. Because this fear has come from somewhere. So trying to just give medication will temporarily kind of stall it, but I would suggest that some therapy, some kind of counseling, they should be referred to a therapist to at least find out ये fear आया किधर से.
And long term SSRI इसमें भी होता है?
Long term SSRI इसमें भी होता है, क्योंकि बहुत बार क्या होता है कि actually पहले एंजाइटी चालू हुआ था, फिर बिल्डअप होते होते एक एक चीज एड ऑन होता गया. सो देन फोबियाज विल कम इनटू प्ले, क्योंकि देन दे विल बी लाइक मेरे को ना ज्यादा एंजाइटी ट्रेन में होता है, वो 545 लोकल में, तो आई विल नॉट टेक द 545 लोकल बिकॉज इट इज द मोस्ट क्राउडेड एंड आई गेट फोबिया नाउ ऑफ ट्रेन्स. सो द जनरलाइज्ड एंजाइटी हैज गॉट ट्रांसलेटेड टू अ फोबिया.
And besides SSRIs, we used to learn that clomipramine or some TCAs are useful. Are they useful?
So they are no longer considered the first line of treatment, tricyclic antidepressants, because we have SSRIs. SSRIs don't cause sedation, they don't cause so many side effects. That is why. However, there is one group, so there are 25% of people who will not be suited to SSRIs. So you try one SSRI, doesn't work, the best is to move on then to a tricyclic. 1 or 2 SSRIs are tried. However, you can try it or refer them to a psychiatrist. Try for 2 weeks.
Correct.
But you have one group who within a week say कि इतने बीमार पड़ गए हम SSRI लेके, that means SSRI is not going to work. Means they become bedridden with SSRI, literally. They say इतना nausea हुआ, इतना giddiness हुआ. So then no point. Then I then go on to the next SSRI, a small dose to test it. Doesn't work, leave it. Then it's best to try tricyclic.
Okay, I'll just finish anxiety with this drug called, one drug that is promoted to family physicians by medical reps is a combination of flupentixol and mellitracin.
Yes.
Strongly promoted. I don't know whether you Placida is a side effect, a brand name. I have not read about it in literature much. So is this a valid drug?
Even I have not read about it in literature much. So it is a drug which actually ban हो गया था बीच में. And now it has re-come back in the market. It is actually an antipsychotic. It's a very low dose antipsychotic, one of those old wale antipsychotic which kind of reduces anxiety a little bit. तो क्या होता है ना, आपका anxiety अगर psychosis में है, अगर anxiety में है, अगर depression में है, थोड़ा halt तो होएगा. So in that way it is considered useful, but to be honest it is not treating anything. It is just temporarily stalling the symptoms. So I would say rather than drug, please try a clonazepam and try an SSRI.
Okay.
Spectra is also that. It is nothing but actually a tricyclic. It is doxepin. It's a tricyclic antidepressant. It works for that 20-25%. It doesn't work for the remaining 75%. So what happens is they live in that fool's paradise कि हाँ थोड़ा ठीक हो रहा है, but actually आपने जो उनका OCD था वो तो treat किया नहीं है.
We now go to depression, but before depression, I have a rapid fire for you. So you'll have to answer me. It's just 10 questions.
मैं थोड़ा clonazepam खा लेती हूँ.
Okay, this is just to, I have not introduced her formally to you, if you remember. And this is just, it's been introduction to us. Dr. Payal, of course, is a psychiatrist, KM Hospital, both MBBS MD from KM.
Yes.
And then she went to UK to study further. You practiced in UK for some time?
Yes, I practiced in UK for I think at least 5 to 7 years.
And then she came back for reasons unknown to us so far. So this is the rapid fire question for you.
So do I have to answer?
Yeah, you have to answer them. Very brief questions, very non-embarrassing questions.
No, nothing. So you know how it is, right? The family comes back to where your roots are. Husband's a gynecologist. Father-in-law was not feeling well. They have a nursing home in Ghatkopar. So he came back, the Tank Hospital. You delivered there, so you may be by Dr. D.K. Tank. So my husband came back, so then I like the dutiful wife came back and then decided to go this
here are the questions for you. If you were not a psychiatrist, what would you be?
I like maths, to be very honest.
Wow.
So I'll tell you why I took up just one of those stories. So when I was 18 years old, वो PCB, PCM होता है ना सर, तो PCM में भी same marks आए, PCB में भी same marks आए. तो मी 18-year-old immature girl क्या लूँ, तो मैंने दोनों फॉर्म्स लेके आई मैं. तो मैं UDCT का फॉर्म लेके आई, सर आई डू केमिकल इंजीनियरिंग. माय फादर सेड पर घर में तो डॉक्टर नहीं है, तो तू डॉक्टर करेगी. तो the reason for becoming is as simple as that, and today I think maybe those are the right reasons. You know, at the age of 18, 19, do we really think what we want to do? I think kids may want to do, but I don't think they have that emotional maturity. So I took it up. I like physics, chemistry, bio anyway, so I started doing it. My mother is a psychologist. So I said, now what should I do after this? So my dad said, do cardiac surgeon. बनना है तो cardiac surgeon बनना है, या शादी कर लो. तो I said, oh my God, it's a very dramatic equivalent qualification. So I said, बिल्कुल भी नहीं. You know, he's a traditional Indian man, family man, कि लड़की को बहुत पढ़ा लिया types. So I said, नहीं मैं post graduate करूँगी, शादी नहीं करूँगी. So then I decided to take up psychiatry.
Second question. Please name one current non-medical passion of yours.
You know, I like cooking actually. Oh. I really love cooking. So I think COVID was very happening for me. I did a lot of cooking and I love reading, and I like spending time with children. So I really spent a lot of time with kids.
How many of them?
I have 2 at the moment.
At the moment.
It's done, baapre. I don't know how people had more children in previous times.
What is your favorite social medium platform?
So I don't go that much on social media, but if I do see Instagram, but I'm not very active on it. I think being a psychiatrist also has its little side effects. So I get some patients who are, I'm sure you all get, a very odd type of patients as well. So I don't like to go too much on social media for that reason.
Which social medium do you think is the most responsible for mental health issues in the young?
You all tell me, what do you all feel is the most important? Facebook. Yes, Facebook, Insta. I think a lot of them. Twitter, I think a lot of youngsters, I don't know how many go, but yes, Facebook and Insta are very, very impactful for mental health, which I think is a good thing. I also think these celebrities, पता नहीं अभी सच बोलते हैं कि क्या बोलते हैं, but a lot of them do speak on mental health. I think it's become a new fashion. To speak on it. But I feel it's very good for us. Because of that, more people, because of Deepika Padukone, more people decided to get diagnosed for depression. So I think that also helps.
Do you think marital counseling helps at all?
I feel if people, it should at least start off as marital counseling. So I used to be very skeptical, but I think as the years go by, I have senior psychologists, and to be honest, our clinic is near family court. I think when I started with my father, again the skeptical Indian male said, "ये क्या कर रहे हो तुम लोग?" So I said कि वहाँ जाने से पहले यहाँ आइए. So there's no harm in starting it, I would say. And I tell people, if you want to stay together, come here. At least think, at least process. Give it a 6-month cooling period. Family court mein they don't really do counseling. Let's be very honest. But I have seen places where, you know, they didn't process very small things, and that did get processed with therapy. So I feel, yes, it
So
does.
some marriages are saved.
Yes, they are definitely. One should at least give it a try before taking. Sir, till you are in the water, you don't swim, no? So you have to experience it to live it.
Would you say most psychiatrists have a good work-life balance?
I think they do.
They do.
I think a lot of them do. But I think, like GPs, I'm sure it is difficult to maintain boundaries, isn't it? So we try to maintain our own balance.
Would you strongly recommend psychiatry as a postgraduate branch to students?
I would, and I'll be surprised that it is actually now considered. It is so upcoming. There are very few seats, and I know a lot of students come and they do consider it as the top 3 branches. So I'm glad at least.
For how many years after coming back from UK, did you regret coming back?
I think at least 2 years I regretted.
Yeah.
I'll be very honest. I did regret. The money is fantastic, quality of life is fantastic. But then I realized that there's a lot of scope over here. And I think like any other branch, isn't it? That there is scope over here. As my husband said, बस तुम बैठी रहो, गद्दी पे बैठी रहो, patient आएंगे. And I think that's what worked.
Has a patient with a psychosis or a personality disorder ever threatened you with physical harm? Threatened you?
Sir, at least once in 3 years.
Yeah.
That is why I don't go on social media. So they do threaten. They can threaten, and especially the ones क्या है ना, India में अपना family support is very good, to be very honest. So if they threaten, we reach out to family. But there are ones who don't have the family support, then it can get a bit scary. So I would say not that many, but 2 or 3.
Yeah.
However, I would also put it on the other side that psychiatry patients are the most docile. तो आई गो टू फोर्टिस ओपीडी, मेरे पेशेंट सब शांति से बैठे हुए हैं. वहाँ ऑर्थो के पेशेंट आर मेकिंग दंगा फसाद, उधर फिजिशियन का पेशेंट इज गेटिंग अग्रेसिव. माइन 1 hour दे आर लाइक नहीं डॉक्टर को टाइम लगता है. सो दे ऑल सिट क्वाइटली. सो आई थिंक इन जनरल इट इज अ मिथ दैट साइकाइट्री पेशेंट्स आर अग्रेसिव, अब्यूसिव, असॉल्टिव. दैट्स डेफिनेटली नॉट द केस.
क्या बात. Do you need water?
नो.
Depression, again I am repeating, we'll discuss SSRIs, TCAs, etc. after we have discussed a bit of depression, so that will come, because it is SSRIs are used in everything. How does one recognize depression as a disorder or a major depressive disorder or even a suicide risk?
Okay. So one, depression, I think today WHO says that it will be seen in at least 40% of the population at some period. I would say they are taking 40% as a lower average. It may be seen even higher. That is one. Secondly, I'm just going to rattle out the symptoms just to make it more scientific. There should be at least 5 of these 8 symptoms that I'm going to say. So one is low mood, lack of interest, low self-worth, feeling helpless, hopeless, worthless. Low mood, lack of interest. We call it HHW, helpless, hopeless, worthless. Irregular sleep and appetite. suicidal ideas, just the idea, I'm not going to say ki you will threaten and do it, just the thought that life is not worth living, that is fifth symptom. 6 can be sexual side effects like not wanting to have any form of physical intimacy. 7th very common is somatic symptoms. अपना Indian population में तो सिर्फ somatic body symptoms, headache, backache, skin itching,
Appetite.
yeah, irregular sleep and appetite, I've taken it as 1. And the last can be just negative thoughts like low motivation, किसी चीज में इच्छा नहीं, as they say, that is lack of interest, but it kind of permeates to everything in life. Withdrawal, not wanting to talk, or talking negative things. So this is the 8th symptom. At least 5 out of these 8 symptoms should be present for 1 month to be diagnosed as depression. No, it should be persistent for at least 1 month. So that means that if I've had a breakup and I'm feeling very depressed and very sad and crying and मेरे को पार्टी में जाने का मन नहीं कर रहा है Friday, Saturday, Sunday, but Monday I'm feeling better, no, you don't have depression.
And there's another term called dysthymia. What is that?
So dysthymia is around 5 of these 8 symptoms. You will not take all 5, you will take around 4 for 2 years. So you have this next category of patient who says पता नहीं कब से ऐसा लग रहा है, बहुत टाइम हो गया डॉक्टर, just feeling low, just don't want to do anything. You know, Diwali has come and gone, Eid has come and gone, nothing feels happy, लड़के की शादी हो गई, I just don't want to do anything, and it's been years. That is called chronic dysthymia. The only difference in dysthymia and depression is in dysthymia they will not have active suicidal ideas. They just feel low. So there are no real suicidal ideas in dysthymia. So what happens, they don't get detected also. Because the minute you talk of suicidal ideas, you are immediately taken to a doctor. So there are various causes. Yeah, so shall I just mention the causes of depression? This brings it to causes of depression. The most important cause is biological. So today again, I think I'm quoting WHO क्योंकि अपना सब scientific quote करने का कोई फायदा नहीं है. WHO says कि the causes of depression is biological. So they are finding genetic causes of it. I think not in our, maybe the next generation they will get genetic causes and maybe a blood test that will diagnose depression. So the main cause is biological, and you will be surprised the minute you ask them आपके परिवार में किसी को था क्या, undiagnosed, untreated, because they'll say नहीं था, say कि नहीं, just remember maybe you had, so you'll say yeah, my father used to have episodes where he would be withdrawn, not go to work, घर में बैठे रहते थे सुनसान. So there one is biological. Second, feeding on the biological is chemical or hormonal. So some women get it very strongly during PMS, during pregnancy or post-pregnancy, but you will be surprised post-pregnancy is also biological. And third is menopausal. Not in men, unfortunately. Men, madam, turn to alcoholism. तो फिर वो अब मैं अल्कोहल में डिस्कस करूंगी. हाँ?
Andropause.
Andropause, you know, there are not many studies done on it. I'll be very honest with you. There are very few research studies. So doing like a proper randomized control trial नहीं हुआ है. But it's more in women. And third is psychosocial, like severe stressors. So say somebody who's gone through severe traumas in life, they will at some point feel like a breakdown and have depression. Yes. Sorry? Anxiety can be genetic, cannot be genetic. सो एंजाइटी ना इतना, आई बी ऑनेस्ट, स्टडीज नहीं हुआ है, बिकॉज एंजाइटी का जीन्स ना वेरी डिफ्यूज, लाइक कैसे डिप्रेशन के लिए जीन्स निकाल रहे हैं, फॉर एंजाइटी दे हैव नॉट टेकन आउट द जेनेटिक मार्कर्स एज सच. Also, anxiety can get related to temperament. So you have a personality who's an anxious personality, he'll have more chance of getting anxiety disorder. Sorry? Oh, definitely, definitely. You're right. So genetically, but I'm talking science point of view, that the genetic markers they've not been able to identify. But it is also a lot of learned behavior from the parents. क्राउडेड ट्रेन में जाने का नहीं, गिर के मर सकता है, बाबा नहीं जाने का, you know, that kind of, don't touch that dog, you'll get rabies. So now all furry animals are avoided. I'm just giving an example too. Yes, very good question. I was going to come to it. So now anxiety and depression, as I said, psychiatry में अपना 5 ही disorders है, तो anxiety, depression often come together. So they say in 60 to 70%, if you have depression, you will have anxiety. So it's very difficult to kind of separate it. मैं हिंदी में बोलते हैं ना, बाल की खाल उखाड़ना. You can't really separate and say हाँ ये anxiety है, हाँ ये depression है. When you have depression, oh definitely you will get anxiety, because you are low in mood, lack of interest, not doing anything. Now I'm anxious, boss क्या बोलेगा? So that leads to anxiety. Then how do I go to work and face it? Somebody has criticized me, I'll get more anxious, and that anxiety leads to depression. So basically it's like a vicious cycle. So for science point of view, you can say हाँ पहले anxiety आया फिर depression आया, but yes, it's sometimes, it's actually in psychiatry there is a term called mixed anxiety depression. दोनों साथ में ही आते हैं. Yes, you're right. Yes. 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 So pure depression is very common. So that's why when you ask for symptoms of depression, ask for symptoms of anxiety. However, a lot of times if people have anxiety, it leads to depression. क्योंकि घबराहट होता है, chronic है, untreated है, undiagnosed है.
That brings me to the other question.
Yes.
How do you recognize that depression is part of an oncoming bipolar illness?
Okay, very, very important, and I think very important from your physician point of view, क्योंकि as I said, depression में आप चालू करो ना, escitalopram चालू कर सकते हैं, sertraline चालू कर सकते हैं. However, there is a category of patient that can go high, as we said, go into the bipolar disorder. They present often with depression, because depression is insufferable. You can't, you hate to be in that phase. Often after giving it, say within 2 weeks of giving it, they not only feel better, they start feeling little elated. They will say, "Arey doc, you are the best in the world. आपकी वजह से I am doing too good. I am superb. अभी नींद का जरूरत ही नहीं है. मैंने तो लैक्स का डील्स कर दिया है. आई एम फीलिंग रियली ग्रेट." बाबा, यू हैव नॉट ट्रीटेड द पेशेंट. इट वाज गॉन अनट्रीटेड. ये बाइपोलर था. Yeah.
So you precipitated the manic episode.
So we precipitated by giving. It's a very common mistake because we all come in depression. So I would say when we are starting the antidepressant, just one question to ask: has there been a time in your past when you have been very high? Elated mood hai, you made decisions which were risky. Not one day, for a week at least. So that brings me to bipolar disorder. Or just ask that much. If they are like, हाँ 3 साल पहले you should have seen me, I was on top of the world, I did great, I was too good, I didn't even need sleep, I was working on another level. The minute they say that, you will not give the antidepressant. I would say stop it and then refer. So that's another question.
So 2 areas where we will need to refer to a psychiatrist. One is, of course, if we recognize that there might be bipolar, then that is out of our domain of treatment, I think. The second would be if there is suicidal thought. So how do I explore suicidal thought or ideation?
So, you know, I would say more than 10 years ago, they would say don't ask. Because if you ask, you put the idea in the head. But I would say as physicians, we must ask. Because if we don't ask, we are doing an injustice. So we ask them plainly. Now a lot of them don't like to tell because social stigma hota hai, they don't want the family to know. The only thing asking is, do you have these thoughts or no? Now there are two types of thoughts. One is passive thoughts. Thoughts hai main kuch karega nahi. Means I have the thought, I will not do anything. I just feel very negative. I just wish life would end. That is passive. That please treat. That is not an active suicidal idea. You have the other category who might say, actually doc, I tried it last week, failure ho gaya. I actually tried to get Alprax from somewhere and I couldn't manage. I have a plan. The minute they say that, please refer. Because then, you know, we get embroiled in the whole social, thoda medical, legal aspect. So the minute they have a plan, please refer.
But they can get a after treatment is started like
Yes, so very good question. So this happens rarely, but it does happen. That
Can you repeat the question for them?
So he has asked that can they get the plan after treating? So you have treated and now suddenly the plans become better and better. And that is why I say please call after 2 weeks. 2 हफ्ते के बाद please call to ask ki how are you now? Any suicidal ideas? I just put it in the questions. So if they are like हाँ थोड़ा ideas हो रहा है, then I say okay. Then we refer, or of course then we have other forms of treatment. Now very rarely there are some medications that can cause it. I'll be honest with you, the real research has not shown it. वो थोड़ा सा ना किधर तो लिखा है कि पैरोक्सिटीन में suicidal ideas बढ़ जाएगा, इसमें बढ़ जाएगा. So but it is not that common.
What she's saying is SSRIs, some research showed that SSRIs increase suicidal ideation for the first 2 to 4 weeks of their therapy. And is that the reason why clonazepam is often added to Nexico kind of drug?
Yes, so that is why it's better to add an anti-anxiety. Because actually the SSRI for a short period of time, I thought we'll do it in drugs, can cause mild anxiety. And therefore we add a clonazepam to stop that anxiety. That drug induced anxiety, it is there for 3 to 4 days, not more than that.
Okay, so that will bring me to the drugs now.
Yeah. बोलिए. हाँ. So that's not active. That is a passive suicidal idea, we call it. Active is if he says I have an intent, or the relative comes and says कि बाप रे ये तो वो सब plan बना रहे थे, रस्सी लेके आए हैं घर पे. So that shows that the plan is more than passive, it is an active, it needs a referral to a higher center. Dyslexia is another topic, madam. Dyslexia is learning disability. Or is it dysthymia, you're saying? Yes, of course they can. Definitely. Because there's so much low self-esteem that comes with it. Huh? Sorry? Huh? Yes. Yes, sir, I see so many. I see so many. Now the law says you can't do it. I mean, so I'm not getting the law into the picture. The law says that active euthanasia is not permitted. So there are so many 75, 80-year-olds who are like, bahut ji liya. You know, I don't feel like. I often give a sertraline. Sertraline 25 milligram is very safe for elderly. To be honest, they may be suffering from depression. Also, I don't get into the argument of life and death. You know, the loneliness can lead to depression. The loneliness, so you ask these 5 out of 8 symptoms. If he is not ticking them, it is just feeling lonely. But giving sertraline can help. Just I'm digressing thoda sa.
Continue.
Sorry, I'm just digressing. There are 1 or 2 NGOs. One is called Dignity Foundation. I don't know if you all are aware of it. They are very good. सर, उनका नंबर दे दो ना, वो घर पहुंच जाते हैं.
अच्छा.
एंड दे विल ड्रैग द एल्डरली पर्सन आउट. क्या इंटरेस्ट है? अभी जैसे मेरे को रैपिड फायर पूछे गए, पूछे जाते हैं, तो से ही इज इंटरेस्टेड इन रीडिंग न्यूज़पेपर. दे हैव अ न्यूज़पेपर क्लब. They have a small mini bus that will come. I'm just giving you. Yes, I'll send. Dignity Foundation online है, and they have various centers. एक silver innings करके है. I'm just thinking
Yeah, very useful. Yeah.
Because क्या हो जाता है कि we as physicians get stuck. अभी there is no, as sir said, no treatment for loneliness, no treatment for somebody who says मुझे नहीं जीना है. क्या करें? You can't get into the spirituality, you can't get into the ethics of it. See, you can, but there's no solution. They don't have, sir. So this is a nice option. Dignity बहुत अच्छा है. They every week go for picnic. Then they have like a movie club. आपके interest के ऊपर है. And they will not call you क्या करना है. They will send a little mini van. This is what I had heard. This was pre-COVID. Now अभी post-COVID में शुरू किया है कि नहीं? हाँ. So they have very nice like this kind of outpatient reach centers. See, we don't have that yet. मुझे लग रहा है next 5 years 10 years शुरू होएगा, but अभी तो नहीं है. So
any NGOs for what?
Any NGO you're saying? For epilepsy, madam, so they will deal with everything. Epilepsy, they have awareness groups. I'll tell you, one is in Fortis only. There is one very famous group in KEM. It is, I'll send you the phone number of this lady who runs it. One used to be Dr. Praveena Shah, but now with her there is another lady who runs it. It is very popular. It's an epilepsy group which is run for children, for adults, so they have monthly workshops. Sorry, sir? हाँ.
Dignity Foundation has a magazine.
They have a magazine. I don't know वो चालू है कि नहीं. तो it's an NGO. हाँ, must be. So, but I do know that they are very active, and आपके interest का सब मिल जाएगा. किसी को कीर्तन अच्छा लगता है तो they have like that group. Somebody likes only reading a newspaper. You're an introvert. You don't want to talk to people. Everybody sits in that group. Then there's one group where they like to go to the garden. I'm just getting. So they have that group. So it's a nice group.
Yeah. We go to SSR.
हाँ. हाँ. Yes, you can, madam.
What you are asking, saying is
very
suicidal ideation is passive form.
Yes.
Just refer. Anybody with even a hint of suicidal intent.
Definitely. I think very valid question. That you never know passive active में कब बदल जाए, and you are not in that wavelength to kind of do that monitoring. Social support नहीं है, family support नहीं है. Yes, please refer.
Last question, Dr. Shaila.
We will come to that, madam. We are coming to personality disorders.
So that's another area. Okay. Personality disorders. Okay. We now
come to that. If I don't, then you ask me again. Yeah. Oh my God, madam, I meet them every day. हमने तो अभी boundary रख दी है that we can only do so many per week.
अच्छा.
हाँ, because they have all, and एक से दूसरे ना social media सर सबको बोल देते हैं डॉक्टर पारुल टांग टीम ये ट्रीट करते हैं. तो हमारे तो पूरा लिस्ट आ गए थे ऑफ दीज वेयर दे आर नॉट रियली सुसाइडल, दे आर सुसाइडल थ्रेट्स, दे आर नॉट एक्टिवली सुसाइडल. थोड़ा कट करेंगे क्योंकि या ओ माय गॉड मैडम, दैट इज अनदर स्पेक्ट्रम ओनली. स्कूल हाँ एक आता है तो सब आते हैं मैडम.
Okay, so first now SSRIs, as we know there are, she said there are a few SSRIs. So what I'm going to do is name the SSRI, one SSRI, and you tell us peculiar features of that SSRI.
Okay.
And advantages design over others.
Okay.
So let's go to first is fluoxetine.
So fluoxetine, I will say two uses. One is OCD, and the second is anxiety with eating disorder. वो भी आते हैं ना, the young girl who has an eating disorder, So fluoxetine. Now if you look at the side effect is loss of appetite. So please don't ask me why, but fluoxetine is given in eating disorder.
Okay.
It is the first, actually eating disorder, just to get into this, comes under OCD. क्योंकि it is that restriction of eating, that obsession कि नहीं खाएंगे.
So OCD with
OCD,
anxiety.
fluoxetine.
And
Yes. Yes.
And we were discussing just before you came, somebody said that fluoxetine causes weight loss, and I said it causes least weight gain. Am I wrong? Or is it?
सर वो नाक ऐसे पकड़ो या
Okay, ठीक है. But it is okay. So fluoxetine, especially if you have an overweight person with depression, maybe you can choose that more.
Yes.
One thing here I would like to medically add is many of our patients are on drugs which already cause weight gain. Diabetics on, for example, insulin or glimepiride, etc., pioglitazone, or gabapentin, or pregabalin for something or the other. So there are many drugs already causing weight gain in our polypharmacy, and adding to that an SSRI will probably, so you may have to take that into consideration while choosing an SSRI. Paroxetine.
So paroxetine is number one for generalized anxiety disorder, actually. It is also the one which has least sexual side effects. So I'm not saying no sexual side effects. So it's good for the young male. किसी ने बोला ना एंजाइटी के साथ डिप्रेशन होता है, तो सपोज वो बोले नहीं घबराहट ज़्यादा होता है, घबराहट ज़्यादा होता है, सो पेरोक्सिटीन इज अ बेटर चॉइस. Sorry, 12.5. So I'm giving Indian doses. The US doses is 37.5. हम लोग छोटे लोग हैं, तो 12.5. I would say start with 12.5. It also comes as a combination with clonazepam, one of the few that comes as a combination. So Panazep करके है, Pexep करके है, they all come as combinations. Even that can be given. 20 milligrams. Let's start with 20.
Usually once a day.
20 limit, the upper limit in OCD goes up to 80 milligrams. You know, so there's a myth again. Very good question. तो वो पुराने जमाने में सिखाया जाता था, you should give it in the morning after breakfast. So I tell people जब भी आपको याद आए लो once in 24 hours तो लो. So now there are many who don't eat breakfast, तो फिर वो acidity होएगा, then they'll come to you with nausea. So let them take it after a meal. Also when they come after 2 weeks, no, they'll only say नींद अच्छा नहीं आता है. So that means you know कि fluoxetine से थोड़ा नींद कम जाएगी. अच्छा ये सुबह क्यों ले लो आप?
Correct.
So that is our clinician judgment call. From 20, make it 40 after 2 weeks. Let's keep 2 weeks as a bare minimum. Single dose भी आता है 40 mg का.
You said that initial थोड़ा सा anxiety हो सकता है because of SSRI, so you will combine it with say clonazepam.
So all SSRIs cause a mild increase in anxiety. I'll be honest with you, I don't tell them this. वो वैसे ही इतने घबराए हुए आए हैं, उसके ऊपर आप बोलेंगे ये दवाई से 3 दिन में एंजाइटी होएगा, he is never going to take it.
So what often GPs will give you something like Nexito Plus.
Yes.
Now, the problem with that is that Nexito Plus will remain Nexito Plus for 6 months.
Yes.
So how do you correct that?
So after 2 weeks I tell them कि वो प्लस भाग निकाल देते हैं, आप तो अच्छे हो रहे हैं ना, सिर्फ Nexito देंगे.
Okay. Or you don't give separately, ये Nexito सुबह दिया और clonazepam शाम को दिया.
We can do that. Again, it's a judgment call. Now there are some who say नहीं एक ही दवाई दो. And see, with you all they have a different trust factor. With me the trust factor is mistrust. Psychiatrist के पास आना means कि वो मेरे को बहुत सारी दवाई देने वाले हैं. Yes. So I try one drug, or if I tell them, then if I feel बहुत aware वाला patient है, I will separate it, नहीं तो one.
Third drug is sertraline.
So sertraline is the number one choice for PTSD. So अगर आपने एंजाइटी का क्वेश्चंस पूछ लिया है एंड देन दे सेड ना ये सब मेरे को कोविड के बाद शुरू हुआ, मेरे को नाइटमेयर्स आते हैं, एनीथिंग आई गेट वेरी हाइपर, वो एम्बुलेंस का आवाज़ सुन के मेरे को तो पैनिक अटैक हो गया है, ऑल्दो नथिंग हैज हैपेंड. So sertraline. So that is one. Sertraline 25 milligram. Second, sertraline is very good for elderly patients. So it is proven to have the least whatever little cardiac effect जो होते हैं SSRI के, sertraline doesn't have it. So it is a very good choice for somebody who was mentioning 75-year-old man. I would say start sertraline half a tablet even. 25 का half tablet भी चालू करेंगे तो बहुत है. Give 25. Start with 25. It's a myth that psychiatry drugs are contraindicated. Abhi the latest I myself did a workshop 2 months ago where I was researching all the drugs. None of them cause really major side effects. They don't have any damage to the fetus. SSRIs don't harm the fetus from any angle, even in first 3 months. They are very safe in breastfeeding because very negligible amount goes. Benzodiazepines are preferably not given in first 3 months because in 6% they can cause little cardiac abnormality in the child. So first 3 months benzodiazepines should not be given, but otherwise all medicines are safe. I think I'm not going to include sodium valproate and Tegretol and all, so we all will know it better than me. Breastfeeding very safe. वो थोड़ा सा बोलते हो 2 घंटे बाद दो एंड ऑल, वो तो थोड़ा साइकोलॉजी के लिए बोलते हैं, बट टू बी ऑनेस्ट दे आर वेरी सेफ एंड आई फील दे शुड बी गिवन बिकॉज आई फील इफ मदर्स मेंटल हेल्थ इज नॉट गुड, नो, शी निग्लेक्ट्स द चाइल्ड and then there is lot of adjustment issues, then she neglects the child, then वो joint family में होता है, then the in-laws take over, then वो सब stressors सुनने को होता है. So I feel it's better that if a woman is depressed, please start. However, there is a word of warning. In women who are pregnant or postpartum depression, this is one area where you will ask for bipolar disorder. Because most of them have a history of bipolar disorder. तो आपने डिप्रेशन का टैबलेट चालू किया, वो हाई हो गए. It is very common. So this is only one area where you will ask कि do you have a past history of high mood or is there a family history of bipolar? Sertraline, sir. Very good. Yes, sertraline. It is the safest for all your other medical abnormalities. Sertraline should be the drug of choice. Also, it doesn't cause so much of nausea and all like say escitalopram. Sertraline का only side effect is little headache. Diarrhea, headache, sir. तो क्या होता है? In a migraine patient, prefer not to give it.
Citalopram and escitalopram.
Yes. Sertraline can cause headache. So if they come back with headache, you don't add an anti-migraine. आप सिर्फ sertraline stop कर दीजिए. Yes. Sir, don't start sertraline in a bipolar.
By mistake, if you started.
If you started ना, सिर्फ बंद कर दीजिए. वो phasing out and all कुछ मत करिए. You start it. And with that, you give any one mood stabilizer. Give a sodium valproate 200 mg, and then refer. I'm telling you, sodium valproate, sir, drug of choice. आप शुरू, मैं lithium purposely नहीं बोल रही हूँ क्योंकि उसके फिर बहुत investigations होते हैं. Give one sodium valproate. वो 250 का जो आता है ना, basic valparin, any sodium valproate. You don't have to give like the high end. Just start a sodium valproate. नहीं मैडम, just give, you know, lamotrigine is given in bipolar depression. अभी वो कौन diagnose करेगा? आपको लग रहा है कि mood fluctuate हो रहा है इनका. One sodium valproate.
Yeah.
You can give. I thought we will
come
to the
into that.
antipsychotics. Sir, anytime. I have started telling any time, because say if it is a student, they don't like to take it in the morning, they like to take it in evening. If it is a housewife, she likes to take it in the morning. So any time of the day. Elderly patient मैं बोलती हूँ आपके बाकी दवाइयों के साथ खा लो.
Citalopram, escitalopram.
So citalopram is no longer, sir, actually available. I feel now वो escitalopram हो गया है. Nothing. अगर हम लोग ने केमिस्ट्री पढ़ा है वो D वाला and L वाला आइसोमर्स जो होता था. So escitalopram is the same thing where they've changed one carbon atom ऊपर से नीचे कर दिया है. So escitalopram is again very popular, and also it can be the first line of treatment for depression. Also it is very good for women, again the weight loss, weight gain wala history. So it helps a little in, actually it causes loss of appetite. So that automatically causes a little weight loss. But it is a very safe medication. So it is, and depression is the most common thing we come up with. Also it is available in all these combination and all these strengths. So that is why it is very, very popular, and therefore first line of treatment for depression.
Within SSRIs, dosages are greater for generalized anxiety disorder or for depression?
To be honest, I go according to the patient. So I go according to the response. The US guidelines say that you go on increasing till side effects. I think that is a very stupid strategy. I feel अगर वो 5 milligram में 2 weeks के बाद वापस आती है and बोलती है I'm feeling fine, actually I'm more than 50% better, काम भी बराबर हो रहा है. I said let's continue 5 milligram, let's not increase to 10. However, if they come back and they say no side effect, no effect, it feels like मैं तो Cadbury chocolate खा रहा हूँ, please make it 10 milligram. Make 5 milligram, 10 milligram of escitalopram. 25 milligram, make it 50, make it 75. So if there are no side effects, go on increasing it every 2 weeks till effects are seen. If the effects are beginning to be seen, don't increase, just leave it.
What is the,
Yes. There is no how do I put it, colorless, tasteless syrup, sir. Fludac syrup is not colorless and tasteless. Also, if it is such a serious patient, please refer, because with that then we give combinations for OCD. But otherwise ना वो capsule of Prodep को निकाल के डाल के, और give any SSRI. I think we've not come to fluoxetine.
we are coming next.
Yeah, okay.
So next should be just.
Yeah, so there are 2 lines of treatment. So there are no real studies done in psychiatry कि कितने साल तक देने का, कब बंद करने का. The Maudsley guidelines say that you give for 6 to 9 months. Any form of psychiatric disorder which is neurosis, that is anxiety हुआ, depression हुआ, give up to 6 months at least. That means you have completed one set of treatment. However, I have a set of patients who are like, रहने दो ना, because I have a high pressure job, I need to be on my toes, I need to be, I need to be okay all the time. So then I said, do you want to take it for more time? Yeah, we don't mind. I have people taking it for life, no side effects, madam. So that's the beauty of SSRIs. I have till now not seen any side effects, major side effects. I have seen for life, madam, because I go to Asian Heart, तो उधर 70-year-old आता है, मैंने कहा कब से चालू किया, वो 20 साल से चालू है, तो बोला बाबा चालू रखो.
Next is sorry.
Yeah, very good question. So we don't do abrupt stopping, sir. There's something called SSRI discontinuation syndrome. आपने stop किया ना, that withdrawal feels like a panic attack. So then you will say देखा फिर से आ गया, चालू रखो. So the best way, there is no best way, but one way to do it is you make it half, अगर हो सकता है half तो, or you reduce it. Say he is on 20 milligram of escitalopram, then you give 10 milligram. 2 weeks का formula रखते हैं. 2 weeks of 10 milligram, 2 weeks of 5 milligram, 2 weeks of alternate day, then stop. So stop it in a month, because it can cause, especially if they are taking for more than 6 months, it does cause a little discontinuation and they feel very restless, and that feeling is very horrible, what they describe. They are like, it feels like the symptoms are coming back. They are not coming back. It's nothing but the withdrawal. Huh? You know, whether to continue, I tell people it's a free country. आपको चाहिए मैं कंटिन्यू करती हूँ, आप बोलिए क्या करना. I leave it on the patient. I tell them treatment खत्म हो गया है. Sorry? So this is seen in less than 10%, where in some of them it reduces complex problem solving strategy. So I had somebody who was from SEBI. He is a very one of the chief. तो इससे ही वो मेरा जो मल्टीटास्किंग, जब मैं 4 कंप्यूटर ऑन करता था ना, अभी 2 ही ऑन होता है. So that means it has reduced it. What I do is I change one SSRI to the next. So say it happened with fluoxetine, I will change it to escitalopram.
One more SSRI will be fluvoxamine.
Yes. So fluvoxamine is not very popular, and please don't use it. It is not the first line of treatment for anxiety or for depression. It is the second line of treatment for OCD. For OCD. So say somebody took fluoxetine और उससे बहुत nausea हो रहा है, नहीं अच्छा हो रहा है, तो fluvoxamine शुरू करते हैं 50 milligrams. It is a good treatment for OCD. So as sir was saying, थोड़ा chronic OCD है, high means resistant OCD है, नहीं ठीक हो रहा है, साइकेट्रिस्ट के पास नहीं आ रहा है, आप फ्लूओक्सामीन चालू करो. Also 50 milligram does go up to 200 milligram. This is one of the few medicines where you will not see a fantastic difference with 50.
Next, there is a drug called agomelatine.
You know, they all have a very generic side effects. Yeah.
Agomelatine, have you used it?
Not that much. Is it? No.
I don't know which group. Which group, Kumar? Agomelatine?
So okay. That's melatonin. So melatonin is considered to be a natural hormone. मेरे को लगता है ये तो synthetic ही बनाएंगे. How can you make it naturally? It is become very fancy these days. I even noticed it in the last 5 years. It was brought by all these expats. Because it's over the counter. Abroad में तो melatonin भर भर के मिलता है.
It is a sleep medicine, supposedly.
Actually, it is a jet lag medicine. So it was given for jet lag. A lot of pilots take it. It induces sleep, because what it does is it gives melatonin in the brain and that causes you to sleep. Unlike a benzodiazepine जो GABA पे act करता है, this just releases melatonin and causes that sleep for 7 hours, like a forced sleep for 7 hours. So to be honest, it doesn't help in anxiety.
Yeah.
It has not caused relaxation. However, it is very. I thought we were coming to insomnia. So should I discuss it there?
नहीं, अभी time है.
अच्छा. So just then, since I started melatonin.
insomnia के लिए coffee ready है.
तो melatonin शुरू किया तो अंत करती हूँ. So basically, it is given for one, like people who are like a jet lag thing. Secondly, who say कि सिर्फ कुछ दिन से नींद नहीं आ रही है, tension नहीं है, anxiety नहीं है. Just, you know, there's a lot happening in the house. Maybe somebody who's had a death in the family. I'm just giving an example. You know, there's so much happening and I don't know, I'm feeling a bit stressed, but I'm not anxiety disorder. You can give melatonin. Yes, some of us coming to that. So a lot of students love it, क्योंकि उनके जब foreign return से आते हैं तो सब भर भर के लेके आते हैं. However, it should be monitored. So it is often given before exams to help you to sleep. The dose is 3 milligrams. Only thing is, I to give half of that because this is international 3 milligrams.
Good quality, sir.
हाँ.
Okay. So
it should be given an hour before sleeping. You can't obviously take it in the day. So it is given. Also, it should not be used. So a lot of people then start using it क्योंकि safe है ना. They'll say ये तो natural है. But to be honest, no, you will get addicted even to melatonin at some point. Side effects, nothing. Really, actually it is very safe. So nothing, it can be used for clients or patients who come to you who don't have a psychiatric illness. So it can be tried, but you know, it's a little hit and miss. So he may come back and say, "Bekar hai, it has not worked at all. कुछ भी नहीं हुआ इसके साथ." So then you realize कि it is not really working. There's a deeper issue. हाँ.
We'll discuss insomnia in a few minutes.
Okay.
Now we have a break, bio break, or there is tea and coffee. It is first come first serve. I don't think there are enough. I'm just joking. Please have your tea, coffee. We should be back in 10 minutes sharp.